بسم اللہ الرحمن الرحیم.
شروع اللہ کے نام سے جو رحمان و رحیم ہے.
اقرأ بسم ربک الذی خلق.
پڑھو اے نبی اپنے رب کے نام کے ساتھ جس نے پیدا کیا.
خلق الانسان من علق.
جمے ہوئے خون کے ایک لوتھڑے سے انسان کی تخلیق کی.
اقرأ وربک الاکرم.
پڑھو اور تمہارا رب بڑا کریم ہے.
الذی علم بالقلم.
جس نے قلم کے ذریعے سے علم سکھایا.
علم الانسان ما لم يعلم.
انسان کو وہ علم دیا جسے وہ نہ جانتا تھا.
Assalamu alaikum. Dear students, we start our today's class with the name of Allah, who is the most beneficent and merciful. This is class 6 and the period is English language text, and this is week 5 and the video number is 6. Students, as you know, in our previous class we started our third unit 3, folktales and legends, and in that unit we learned about the folktales and legends. We learned that the folktales and legends both are the kind of narratives, both are the different kind of narratives. And then we learned about the narratives, about the features of narratives, and the next we learned about the similes. About the similes in vocabulary portion we discussed about the similes, and after that we studied the extract, the sword in the stone. The sword in the stone, which was one of the famous legend of the England. So one last topic was remaining, the writing workshop. Today we will discuss this writing workshop of unit 3 in this class. So let's start the writing workshop. Students, come on book page 81. Here we have the writing workshop of unit 3. In this writing workshop we will study how to write your own folktale or legend. In this writing workshop we will study how to write a folktale. Students, as you know that folktales and legends both are a kind of narratives, and these folktales and legends are found in every culture, and these folktales and legends both have the interesting characters and exciting stories. So let's start how to write a folktale and legend. Here we have the writing scaffold given in this writing workshop, as you can see on page 81. So the purpose of this writing workshop is, the purpose of writing the folktale and legend is to entertain and to instruct, the general audience. So while we are going to write a legend and folktale, first we will focus on the structural features and grammatical features. Already we have discussed the structural features and grammatical features in our previous class. So the first structural feature is a title. A title is the name of a story. Then an introduction that presents the characters and setting in the story. The next is the clear sequence of events. A climax or a high point in the narrative. A climax is a high point in the narrative where the story becomes more exciting and more interesting, and a resolution or ending to the narrative where the suspense, the problems of characters and everything in the story, everything becomes resolved and smooth. And the last is the moral, the lesson for readers. So these are all the structural features. While we are writing a folktale and legend, we must focus on these structural features. The next is the grammatical features, means folktales and legends are written in the simple past tense or present perfect tense as well. The next is the writing procedure given on page 82. The first is gathering the information, how we will gather the information for writing a folktale or legend. So what will we do? A good way to gather information for writing a folktale is to talk to your grandparents and parents. Did they ever tell you any stories when you were young? Means your grandparents and parents are the best source of learning the folktale and legends. With them you can discuss about the folktales and legends. If so, ask them to tell you more stories. You may even ask their permission to record them on the video or tape. You may also wish to retell a popular folktale using your own words, add changes to make your folktale more imaginative and interesting. So, with the help of your grandparents and parents, you can gather the information for writing a folktale or legend. You can also write the folktale and legend by your own words, by writing your own words, by retelling the folktale and legend in your own words, in your own wording. So this is how you can make your folktale more imaginative and more interesting. The next is the first step was gathering the information. After this, organizing your material. After gathering your information, you will organize your material. Choose a folktale that is not too complicated or long, but which has an interesting story. So, once you have chosen your folktale, write your initial notes under these headings. So first you will choose your folktale, which should not be too much complicated or too much long. After this, after selecting or choosing the interesting story of your folktale, then you will write down the initial notes under these headings. The first heading is moral, the second is title, third is characters, fourth is setting, and the last is plot. In moral, you will write down the lesson of your folktale for the readers. In title is the name of your folktale or story, and the characters are those who are performing the role in the story in your folktale or legend. And the setting is the place where a story features, where is your folktale set. The next is the plot. Plot is the whole story, describing all the events in the story. The next is the writing procedure. After organizing your material, then you will start writing down your folktale. So you will use these initial notes, means moral, title, character, setting, plot, and you will start organizing these notes. In the writing, use your notes to write your folktale. You may wish to create a sense of suspense by keeping your audience guessing about what will happen next. Use the folktales in this unit as models for your writing. Means after organizing your material, when you start writing down the initial notes, you will focus on creating a suspense in your story. So the best story is a kind of a narrative in which you must have a suspense, the element of suspense present in the story, and the story should be more exciting and more interesting. Your characters should be more exciting and more interesting. You can use the folktales in this unit. You can use the folktales, for example, as a set of model and example. before writing your own folktale, you can read these folktales given in this unit. Revising and editing. The fourth is revising and editing. So, when you will revise and edit, you will ask these questions to yourself. Is the moral of my story clear? Means the moral is present in the story or not? Does my title match the story? Means the narrative matches with my title. Is my folktale too complicated? If it is, can I simplify it further? If your folktale is complicated or long, you can you simplify it further? If yes, you will simplify it. Have I kept my audience guessing about the climax and ending? Means in my folktale, is the climax is given or not? My audience is guessing about what happened in the story. So climax should be there in the story. Are my tenses, spelling and punctuation correct? Means is there not any grammatical mistake should not be present in the folktale or legend. So this is the writing procedure you will follow to write any folktale or legend. Students, we have done unit 3 folktales and legends. Now we are starting our fourth unit 4 diaries. So in this unit, first we will study the preview. In preview we have the diaries. So we will discuss about the diaries. What are diaries? So students, the word diary comes from a Latin word dies, means day. The word diary comes from a Latin word dies, which means a day. So basically, actually diary is the personal record of person's thoughts and experiences, And diary is a form of personal recount. Personal recount. Diary is a form of a personal recount. Personal recount is a description of events and in the order they occurred. So actually, diaries are a special form of writing. Diaries are a special form of writing because they allows us to express our deepest feelings, our deepest feelings. So those people who used to keep a diary, who used to write a diary, they show, like, they actually show their personal feelings, their personal thoughts, their experiences in their diaries. They actually show their hopes, their fears, and their memories privately, and they write it down privately in their diaries. So this is all about the preview about diaries. The next is the features of diaries. So these are the features of diaries. Have these features. The first is date to indicate the entry, to indicate when each diary entry was made. The next feature is recount of personal experience and feelings. Recount of personal feelings and experiences means the description of events, the order in an order form with personal feelings and experiences. The third feature is the first person I, use of the first person I. And simple past tense means diaries are written in simple past tense. And the last is informal language. Informal language means diaries are written informally. So these are all the features. The first two are the structural features and the last three are the grammatical features. Our next topic is the vocabulary, in which we will study the registers. So in vocabulary we have registers. So what are registers? Registers refers to the range of ways we have of speaking according to who our audience is. Registers refers to the range of ways we have of speaking according to who our audience is. Means the way we speak and write changes according to who our audience is. The way we speak and write changes according to who our audience is. For example, when we greet our classmates in the morning, we say hi or hello. But when we greet our teachers, we say good morning. So this difference, hi, hello, saying hi, hello to our classmates and saying good morning to our teachers. This difference is the difference of registers. This difference is actually the difference of registers. So we may speak either an informal register or we may speak a formal register. So now we'll discuss what are the formal registers and what are the informal registers. Where we use the formal registers and where we use the informal registers. Where we speak the informal registers and the formal registers. We speak the informal registers, we use the informal registers during informal occasions. During informal occasions, for example, with family and friends. So, the family and friends are the people who we are familiar with. So, with them we speak informal registers. With them we speak informal registers. And where we speak formal registers, we use formal registers during formal occasions. Example, an important social event where the members are general public. So these general members of public whom we are not familiar with or whom we are not close with. So with them we speak formal registers. Students, this is all about the topics we have discussed of unit 4, diaries. First we have discussed the diaries, then we have discussed the features of diaries, and in vocabulary we have discussed the registers. Now let's discuss your content of week 5, the writing workshop of unit 3. Write down the steps how to write a folk tale. So the steps are given how to write a folk tale. The first is gather the information for writing a folk tale. Second is make your folk tale more imaginative and interesting. Third is choose a folk tale that is not too complicated or long. Fourth, write your initial notes under these heads. moral, title, character, setting and plot. Fifth is use your notes to write your folktale. Use the above notes to write your folktale. And the last is use past tense in writing your folktale. You will use the past tense while you are writing your folktale. And the next is a folktale is given. The title is A Hungry Fox. I am reading this folktale. Once a hungry fox was going in search of food. He saw a crow with a piece of cheese in his beak. The crow was sitting upon the branch of a tree, and the fox could not reach there. So the fox looked the crow and said, "Brother Crow, you look so beautiful. You have fine black and bright feathers, and I know you are a very good singer. Will you please sing a song for me?" The crow becomes very happy to hear his appreciation, and as he opened his beak for singing, the piece of cheese fell down. The fox picked it at once and ran away. So the moral of the lesson is silence is the best answer. The next is Tuesday working unit 4 diaries preview. The first question is define diary with features. A diary is a daily record of a person's thoughts and experiences, and the features of diaries are the dates of entries, recount of personal feelings and experiences, use of the first person, that is I, frequent use of the simple past tense, and an informal language. The next is Wednesday reflecting. Okay, the questions are given on page 91. I am reading just answers. The answer 1. In diary we can express our feelings and thoughts, and the answer of second question is the fear of reading by others, and yes, I would. The next is vocabulary. In vocabulary define. The question is define register with examples. Registers refers to the range of ways we have of speaking to an audience. And the example is hi, hello, good morning. Students, now let's discuss about your homework diary. Students, you will write down your own folktale or legend. The next is you will solve the question given on book page 95. Here is the question given on page 95. I am reading this question. In groups, discuss how you would speak during the following occasions. How you would speak during the following occasions: a day out with your friend, a reunion dinner with your entire family, and a special visit to your class by an important visitor. The three different occasions are given. You will write down what kind of register you will speak at this occasions. Okay. Whether you speak the formal register or you speak the informal registers, you will write down just this word, formal register or informal register. And you will copy down the work of week 5 from your content solution, pages 108 to 109. And you will also make the title page of week 5. When you start the working of unit 4, you make the title page of week 5 and unit name, which is unit 4 diaries. This is how you will complete the work of week 5. Students, thank you. We will meet in the next video. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.